Hello, my name is Eva, and I help make sure that people know about your app. Today, we will talk about App Store optimization in China. China has an enormous population, making it one of the largest app markets globally. In 2022, Chinese users accounted for about 35% of global consumer spending on mobile apps. China's app economy is booming. By optimizing for China, you gain access to a massive user base, increasing your app's potential for success. It should be noted right away that the Chinese app market is vast and diverse, and the app stores themselves also differ in variability. I cannot fail to note the biggest difference between the Chinese market and other countries: a complete ban on Google and all its services, including the App Store. Unlike Google Play, the App Store has no problems with a presence in China. But despite this, Android is leading the Chinese market thanks to alternative markets. The rules of the game will change depending on the App Store, so the checklist we are used to for optimizing iOS and Android can only serve us half. The good news is that in China, the iOS store in most cases works the same as outside of China. The bad news, as we already mentioned, is that working with Android is different in every way. In China, there are more than 400 different Android app stores, but the majority of the market is controlled by the top 10 stores. You can learn more in our article, which I have attached to the video description. Well, but at least the App Store can and should be mastered, you might say, and you will be absolutely right, if not for one thing: the cultural and linguistic difference. To optimize for China, having a reliable native translator familiar with the language's nuances is crucial, especially considering the complexity and specificity of the Chinese language. Let's begin with text elements. When it comes to the app's name in the Chinese market, whether to translate it or not is a personalized decision. Many popular apps take different approaches, including translation, mixing with keywords, or using a combination of Latin letters and hieroglyphs. The key is to ensure no double meanings, accurate interpretation, and alignment with reality. You can even consider a completely new name, or include the original name in brackets, utilizing up to 30 legal characters in Chinese. Perhaps choosing a brand new name will help your app find its way to the hearts of Chinese users. An alternative may be to indicate the game's original name or application in brackets, since the conciseness of the hieroglyphs allows this, and you will meet 30 legal characters. Keyword rules for the app title remain consistent across countries. Relevance and search volume are essential. For iOS apps in China, we also consider the search ads indicator, which is specific to this region. For the subtitle, it closely mirrors the title. We ensure the translation is accurate, include relevant keywords, and exercise caution with character combinations to avoid ambiguity. Remember, there's no need for spaces between characters. Regarding the description, for iOS apps, minimal effort is needed. However, when it comes to user interaction, we recommend a concise description that clearly outlines functions and user benefits. In addition to understanding the culture and getting help from translators, you should use a set of tools to gather keywords, create metadata, and assess your results. ASOMobile provides a way to gather keywords for specific regions, and it even has a built-in translator that allows you to make a draft version of the semantic core, which can be given to the translator for verification. Also, here you can quickly view the top apps for a keyword. If these are your competitors, this keyword is suitable for you. Don't forget to use my promo code ASOPRO to get a 40% discount on your first purchase. You can find the link in the video description. When it comes to visual elements, caution is key, as this is your pathway to users. Chinese market search results differ from those in Europe and the West, so it's vital to consider local trends. Color choice is crucial, as it's influenced by the country's religious and cultural aspects, with red symbolizing prosperity and wealth. Use bright and contrasting elements, perhaps for a European look. It will seem that the visual design is slightly overflowing with information, colors, and pictures. But remember, your task is to please users. Screenshots also have unique characteristics. For instance, when comparing WeChat screenshots in the Chinese and US markets, significant differences are evident. Once again, a local resident well-versed in the culture can provide valuable help, and of course A/B testing. Lastly, cultural considerations in visual design are essential. Avoid elements associated with violence, gambling, or alcohol, as they could lead to app bans. Now, let's move on to ASO in AppGallery. This is the most popular Android app market in China, and you can find more information in the article below the video. ASO for AppGallery has the same goal and principles as ASO for App Store or Google Play, but of course it has its own features and characteristics. First, let's look at the textual metadata for your app. Application name can be up to 64 characters long and plays a crucial role in keyword indexing. Use the most relevant keywords. The name should not contain special characters, and avoid mentioning other brands or existing products. The app name has the biggest impact on keyword indexing. It is visible to users at all moments of interaction with the App Store. The brief introduction has a limit of 80 characters, and it's an important factor for your app's visibility. In these 80 characters, your goal is to convince users that your app is what they're looking for and highlight its value. However, only about 35 characters may be immediately visible to users, so make those initial characters impactful. Now, let's discuss the introduction. This section provides a much larger space, allowing up to 8,000 characters, and it's also important for ranking. Think of it as similar to Google Play's full description. Here, you can use a variety of relevant keywords to improve how your app appears in searches. You can follow similar optimization strategies as you would on Google Play, explaining your app's features and advantages. One key tip: the first sentences of the introduction are especially important because they appear right below the brief introduction and are highly visible to users. So, ensure they are engaging and informative. Localization is a must-have in the ASO process. HUAWEI AppGallery supports 78 different languages in all major countries. So, here are some key features to keep in mind when optimizing for HUAWEI AppGallery. The app name is incredibly important for indexing. All fields, including the name, brief introduction, full introduction, and developer's name, are indexed. Metadata, both text and visual, is updated when you update the application, similar to the App Store. AppGallery doesn't support bold or italic text formatting. Using these formats will display HTML code, which won't help improve the app's conversion. During the pre-release phase, the moderation process typically takes between 1 to 5 days. As for icons, videos, and screenshots for HUAWEI AppGallery, it is worth paying attention to the requirements for their placement, since, in fact, the process of visual optimization itself will have a lot in common with app stores we are used to. As for other app stores, I won't have enough time to discuss all of them, but you can find information about the major ones in the article below the video. I will also add an article about optimizing for other Asian markets. And don't forget about my promo code ASOPRO for a 40% discount on ASO tools from ASOMobile. Subscribe to our channel to learn more about ASO and the mobile app market. Good luck in conquering new markets.